right? So really what you have here at Empower, and this is really what it is, Empower Network is a guru business model. If you look over there, right? It is a guru business model except for with one exception. You don't have to be a guru to make money in the same way that the gurus make it. You just need to bring people in, right? So that's how Empower Network works, because when you make a sale, when you get somebody into one of our products, the blog, the Inner Circle, something that we've got here, it's not just that sale. You can earn over $5,000 per customer at Empower Network that you bring in, right? So you bring in that sale and all of the product sales that are connected to them for the rest of their life forever. That make sense to you? So that's why Empower Network is different. So now let's get into the formula. Let's get into how to make this work and how to make money. All right, and this is going to pre-frame the rest of the 8 videos, which I believe are the most important videos that you're ever going to watch here at Empower Network. And you're probably going to end up watching a lot of videos because we're entertaining, we're fun, and we're going to teach you stuff that nobody else there knows how to teach. Because we've got a different purpose and a different intention. As you'll learn from me, intention and purpose are everything in your business. All right, so let's talk about the formula. There's a few different parts of it we're going to cover. Number one, there's a production part. What does that mean? We need to teach you how to get new sales. I'm not talking about getting $5,000 sales like you would in a high-ticket model. We need to teach you how to bring people in to the front door of Empower Network, which is just a matter of learning to use our sales funnels. We're going to talk about how to do this as we go through this series of 8 videos, right? We're going to talk about the formula for how to do that. Actually, a little bit in this video, but more so in the following 8, right? That's number one. Number two, there's a team building aspect to Empower Network, right? Now, these 8 steps are the foundation and the core of team building and Empower Network. These are the most 8 steps, the most important things to learn in your business as Empower, right? This is how we have built to 300,000 customers and over $100 million in sales. It's by getting an army of people to follow these 8 steps. It is the most foundational, most important thing that you'll ever learn, okay? Number 3, there's a personal growth side for you, okay? And here's what I learned a long time ago. I learned that if you're not growing, your income's not going to grow. And if your income does grow and you're not growing, your income will crash back down to the level you're at. So in other words, if you're not growing on the inside, if you're not expanding, what's going to happen is you're not going to make a lot of money. So there's a personal growth aspect to it, right? And the last aspect, and I believe it's the most important aspect, there's a vision aspect. And this is what's only going to work with you, right? See, I can have a vision for the company. I can have a vision where I'm going to create those millionaires regardless of whether you are or not. But you're not going to create your vision unless you've got one. Right? So there's a vision aspect to making this all work together. You need to get really clear on what it is that you want to do with this business. If you went through that visualization, you didn't take it seriously, you need to go back and you need to think, what's my goal? And sit here and visualize your goals every time you come into this website like we teach on the login page. Right? So those are the aspects to making the formula work. So let's get into the actual formula and actually what it is. Now this is going to be the simplest thing that you're ever going to hear somebody explain. And if you follow this formula, if you do what I'm about to say, I, as the leader of Empower Network and the leadership here at Empower Network, we've created $11 million earners, and all they do is this formula I'm about to give you right now. If you're willing to follow this formula, we can fix things that are broken in your business and we can troubleshoot. If you're not willing to follow the formula, we can't fix anything. All right, so the formula is really important. It's simple. One of the reasons why it works so well is because it's so simple, and we're going to talk about that through each one of the steps as we're covering each one. All right, so here's number 1 part of the formula, right? And I'm just going to write this right here, and so we can either zoom in or get a zoom in later of it, right? Number 1 part of the formula is you want to bring in 2 new people a day through the front end of your business. 2 new people a day. So I'm going to write 2 new customers or affiliates per day. Now you can do either. Now this is going to be through a front end. We're talking about a $19.95 affiliate fee like you pay to see these videos, or we're talking about the $25 that comes in to buy the blog here at Empower Network. You want to get 2 new customers a day to buy that product. Now most people, when they hear me say that, they say, okay, that's not really that much. And you're right, it's not. It's not really a lot of people to bring in. Because you're not trying to get somebody to spend $5,000 or $1,000 or to pitch them on something complicated. You're getting them to make a $20 decision or a $25 decision. It's a really simple decision to make, all right? And I actually put that number as a consistent daily number for this reason. If you will do this and this alone and be consistent with it, right? And I'm going to talk about how in just 1 second here, right? If you do this, I can troubleshoot and fix anything else in your business. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2, right, is follow the 8 core steps. Now, The 8 videos below this one are the 8 core steps. The 8 core steps are divided into 2 sections. We've got one part that's designed to grow your business. The other part is designed to grow you and your team. Does that make sense? You will not be able to build your dream if you don't do both. You need to follow the 8 core steps, right? Then there's a third bonus part of the formula that I call the vision part, and that's how to make visions become reality, and that's the weird stuff, all right? That's literally it on the formula. So the only question that you could really ask when you're looking at that is, number 1, okay, how do you get 2 people a day? Good question. Number 2, what are the 8 core steps? That's what the rest of the videos are about, right? Number 3, what's the vision formula? I'm going to get to that in this video too. All right? And then the rest of the videos will be covering those 8 steps. And then I'm going to give you some calls to action, some things that you need to do right now in your business if you're going to take your business seriously. If you're not going to take it seriously, it's fine. You can be here. You can make a few thousand a month. But you know what? If you're not going to take this seriously, why are you here? Right? You're here because you want to change your future, right? So let's make this the deal for you. All right? So let's go through how do you get those customers, right? Well, the process is really simple. Now I'm going to explain what the process is, right? You need to go out and learn those parts of that process, which are actually in our products. Okay? So you can buy our products, you can learn these different parts of the process. Now the cool thing is, once you learn how to do this, you can do it in any company, you can do it in any business. Now you're watching this as an affiliate, so it's a little bit different, right? So you can take this, you can apply it in Empower Network in your business. You can also, though, you can take and apply in other things. I've got teams of thousands and tens of thousands of people that I've helped build in other companies by using this same formula. All right? Now this is all that you're doing, right? What you're doing is you're creating what's called a funnel, right? Now funnel, we like to use this as a visual symbol and a metaphor for what we're doing to bring people into your business. And the reason is because it's really easy to visualize, right? If you have a big old funnel and you pour oil in the top, you can pour a lot of oil in and only a little bit's going to come out at a time, right? What I like to think about it is like this. The funnel that you're doing in your business is actually more like pouring honey into an oil funnel. Because what's going to happen is it's going to come out a little bit more slow at the bottom if you don't really put any honey in the top, right? In other words, if you just kind of drip honey down the side of the funnel, it's going to kind of drip, drip, drip down and dry up before it reaches the bottom. But if you just kind of pour the honey into the top of the funnel, you're going to pour a lot of honey in, and it's going to kind of drip consistently out the bottom, right? And in your business, the honey is leads. Right? So you have a capture page here at Empower Network. You could just use our capture pages. We also teach you how to make your own in some of our products. Right? In your capture pages, what you want to do is you want to get 30 people a day to opt into your capture page and send them through our sales process. Now, it's going to be your energy and your marketing that we're going to teach you in these series that's going to make this work. Okay? But you want to get 30 people a day every day into the top of your funnel. That's the goal, that's the outcome, that's the aim. And how fast do you want to do it? As fast as humanly possible. If you could do it tomorrow, do it tomorrow. If you could do it over the course of the next 30 days, do it in the next 30. At least within 90 days, you want to be bringing in 30 people a day, following up the way we're going to teach you how to do in our products and our affiliate training, right? And you want to be bringing in, within 90 days, a minimum of 2 people a day, right? Now, there's different parts of the funnel. I'm not going to explain all the parts because we do that in our products. There's a sales part, there's an upsell part, there's a follow-up, there's a community building part. In other words, we're going to do all these parts for you and with you, but you got to kind of bring people in. You got to kind of pour the honey in to the top of the funnel. You got to do it consistently, right? Because even pouring honey into a funnel, if you stop doing it, it's going to dry up and stop dripping out the bottom, right? You want to be consistently pouring 30 new prospects into your funnel every single day. Not through prospecting, not through calling leads, not through hassling friends and family, not through calling 30 people a day. God, that'd be awful. You're not in this to be a telemarketer. Through marketing, right? Through strategies to draw people to you. We're going to teach you how in these videos. We're going to teach you how in our products. We're going to teach you how on our Monday night calls. We're going to teach you how at our events. We're going to plug you in. So that's, in other words, what you do, right? Now, there's one thing that I want to mention in particular, actually 2 things, and we're going to cover each of these individually that you need to commit to do right now if you really want to break through. Number 1, you got to be on our Monday night calls. It's called Empower Hour. It's a whole course step. Okay? Number 2, you got to be at our next event. Okay? Number 3, and actually the third one, you want to get all in. And I'm going to talk about that, though, later in the videos. What I want to give you now is I want to give you a bonus. I want to teach you how to create your vision. All right? here at Empower Network. This is the formulaic approach of what you need to do every day to build your business that you're about to learn. If you will do these things every day, I can help you build a business and a future that will last. I've been doing this now for a long time. I've been teaching the same thing before Empower Network since 2009 when I got started in my business. I went from making multiple six figures myself to making 7 figures to creating multiple six-figure earners to now creating $11 million earners to creating over 100 six-figure earners in Empower Network, to getting 300,000 customers in over 100 countries, right? And I've done it doing the same things, the same 8 things every day that you're going to learn in these videos. So this formula is important, all right? So what's the magical vision formula? Well, number 1 is to have a vision. You got to know what it is that you want. I'm going to encourage you to stretch your vision. And what's a vision? A vision is something in the future that you see, that you're aiming towards, that motivates you, right? And we're going to talk about that in a lot of our videos, and a lot of our affiliate training, a lot of our customer training. We're going to talk about how to get your vision so clear, it pulls you, it compels you, it makes you want to get up every day early to go to work towards your vision. Okay? So number 1, you got to have a vision, right? And then number 2, there's 3 powers that are going to help you accomplish your vision, right? Number 1, the power of unity, right? The power of unity. Being unified with a group of people will enable you to do things that you can't do on your own. There's a whole bunch of reasons why unity is powerful. Unity is powerful for religious reasons. Unity is powerful for agreement reasons. When a group of people are unified together, what they can accomplish doesn't multiply by the amount of people, right? There's a concept called synergy, where you go into architecture, and if you have one metal bar, right, and then you put one other metal bar next to it, that creates a force that's like 5 or 10 times one metal bar, not 2, right? When you're unified with a group of people, you can do things you can't do on your own. I'm going to encourage you to unify with us. Why? Because I know where I'm going. See, I know a lot of people, they've built in companies before where the owners have shut the company down. I was actually in a company like that in 2010. I was making a multiple 6-figure income. The company owners got together. They decided to shut the company down, right? I had to rebuild my team. Sucked. Right? But I did it anyways, right? Some people are in companies, they just don't grow, they just don't duplicate. The company owners don't understand how to grow teams. See, I built a big team before I came here, that's why I know how to do this. It's because I didn't start this company to be a company owner. I actually didn't even want to run a company. And now I own Empower Network, now I founded Empower Network, right? I started this company because I wanted my team to be rich, right? So I wanted to create something different, right? And people ask, they're like, Dave, yeah, so okay, I got it, but what's your exit strategy? Death. Right? I'm here and committed to your vision, and I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life. And we're raising up armies here. Our events have had 100 people, 1,000 people, 2,000 people, and up to 5,000 people. Nobody's ever done that in our niche. We've done $100 million in sales without doing any normal product launches, right? In fact, last year, 2013, as of when I'm filming this, you might be seeing it in 2015, because we don't need to change these a lot. They're concept-based, right? 2013, we did $63 million in sales without launching any new products, right? We went from 30 million to 63 million. How? What you're about to learn. Unity is powerful. It is more powerful to be unified than it is to be right. Remember that. I heard that the first time in a story I'll tell you later. Number 2, submission. Okay? Now, some people get weirded out when you say submission because they're thinking about, like a submissive housewife or something. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about, okay, is I'm talking about putting your ego outside. You're in this site now, so just take your ego, imagine it's like a big dark shadow, and just peel it off, shoot it into the sun. Realize you don't know everything. Now, I realize I don't know everything, right? I only know a few things really well. Everything else I kind of don't know that well. So I'm always wanting to learn. See, if you have an ego, you won't learn. You won't adapt. You won't listen to advice. You won't listen to counsel. You won't stick with things because you'll think you know better. I got a friend who had a big ego. He was making a good 6-figure income here, jumped to another deal. Well, I know the owners of that deal, and the owners of that deal are planning on selling the company for acquisition the second it's big enough, right? What's he going to have to do? Build his team from scratch, because that always destroys companies, right? Why didn't he ask me? Because got a big ego. If you have an ego, if you build an income, it'll drop. If you have an ego, if you've never made money, you won't make money. If you have an ego thinking you know right because you're good at something else in your life, you're not going to be in student mode, okay? I want you to imagine a time in your life when you were in student mode, when you wanted to learn, when you knew that you were in the presence of a teacher who knew how to help you build your business or build your life or learn Kung Fu or learn math or whatever it was. And imagine how it felt to sit in that room and to know you were in the presence of a master, right? That's what we got here at Empower for what we do. So if you're a doctor somewhere else, that's cool, you're a doctor somewhere else. Here, you don't have a bachelor's degree yet. You haven't graduated high school yet. You got to learn to walk, right? Some people say, oh, I don't want to do that basic stuff that I'm outlining in these videos. And they'll never build a future, right? Because of that, because they got an ego. Get your ego out of here. Submission is humility. It's be willing to say, I don't know everything. It's willing to say, I'm going to stay unified. It's willing to say, I'm going to get on the Monday calls. It's willing to say, I'm going to get all in. It's willing to say, I'll follow the 8 core steps. Submission. Number 3, spoken word. Right? Now, this is a weird one that I learned from Christian folks. Right? Now, I like this because it's weird. Right? Here's what I've noticed. I've noticed that people who have lives, which is everyone, tend to live lives the way that they speak. Right? If you go around any group of broke people of any sort of size, it could be 3 people, it could be 4 people, it could be 10 people. What are they doing? Complaining about everything. Right? Seriously, just go around some broke people going to McDonald's or Walmart or Safeway or whatever and just listen around as people are shopping and listen to them complain about the day. At nighttime, they watch the news. In the morning, they get up, they read the newspaper, and they grouch about everything. And they're like, I can't pay the bills. Their kids ask for money, they throw their wallet at them, right? What do rich people do? They talk about their vision all the time. They talk about the future all the time. They talk about where they're going all the time. They talk about how they're going to get there all the time. They speak inspiration and life and blessing into people. Unity, submission, the spoken word. That's the formula. 2 customers a day, follow the 8 steps, the 3 powers. Now, what do you need to do next? I'm going to give you some assignments. Really simple ones, actually. Number 1, next video is going to show you what it means to be all in, get all in. Number 2, buy your tickets to the next event right now. Buy them. Okay? Buy them. If you're serious about this, you will be at the next event. I know what I'm talking about. People are like, oh, I don't want to do it. Okay, wallow around in your ego. I'm cool with that. When you're ready to change and get to the events, we'll help you. Number 3, complete these videos and commit to do them. If you need to rewatch, just rewatch it. Okay? So what do you do again? Next video will show you what it means to be all in, get all in. Number 2, buy your ticket to the next event. It should be on the sidebar or above the video or below the video or something like that. Should be really easy to see. Buy your tickets to the next event. Number three, right? Complete this process and commit that you are going to do it with me for the next year. How do you know when somebody's not going to make it? How do you know when somebody's going to fail? They're going to give it a try. The word try is actually a presuppositional word in almost every language in the world. It presupposes unconsciously that you will fail. If you actually break down and slow down people's thought processes, which you can do through hypnosis or questions or something like that, right? There's a lot of different ways to do it, to just ask people specific questions about their thought process. When somebody says, I'm going to try to make it, what they're visualizing unconsciously very quickly is failure. Okay? So there's only two ways you can do this. You can not do it or do it. Make sense? You can not do it or do it. That's it. You can't try it. Trying it is not doing it, right? Do or do not, there is no try, as Yoda likes to say, right? There's only doing it or not, right? So I'm going to challenge you to always be right in your face, because that's what good mentors do. And I'm going to say, are you going to make a commitment or not? If you say, oh, I'll do the 8 things for 3 days and try it out. Okay, all right, just quit now. Go cancel your subscription and quit. I'm cool with that. But some of you are saying, no, I want to make it. Some of you are saying, I want to be the next $1 million earner. I want to be the next $100,000 earner. I want to be the next person on stage speaking in victory at your events. I want to be at one of these events with 5,000 people. I am not trying this out because I'm doing it, and I'm doing it. That's it, period. And you're the one getting to the top, so I'll meet you in the next video.
Folks, Obviously, the income examples discussed in this video are extraordinary. The income claims presented are not intended to serve as a guarantee of income. Instead, they're designed to give you an idea of what's possible. Success in this business requires leadership, hard work, and dedication. Since we want to help you make an informed decision, we've gone above and beyond with our income disclosure document. If you want to see the average earnings, please visit the page at www.empowernetwork.com/income.php.